Hello, everyone. It is Pat with our Oracle card reading and messages for this final week of December. And I want to wish you very happy holidays. If you celebrate Christmas, have a lovely Christmas. Some of you may have been already celebrating Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you celebrate. It's that time of year. We've also gone by the solstice. And we have a beautiful full moon that's just taken place. So there's some really interesting and good energies, I think, going on right now. I am so sorry I did not get a reading out to you last week. I was sick and I did not have a voice. That's why you didn't hear from me. Seriously, I could barely, as I was talking to people or even trying to call into work, it was like this. So it really wasn't a good voice to do a reading with. So anyways, let's get to what angels and what the energies are for this coming week, okay? So we call upon the archangels, like I always do, beloved archangels who's overseeing us this week, with whatever messages they have for us. Okay, ooh, there's a couple that have come out here. All right, let's see. So first we have Raguel with the message of relationship harmony, which is a great message to get as we gather with our families and our loved ones, etc., for the holidays. It says, we angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are now being resolved. So what this basically means is that as people get together for the holidays, it's a good time, okay? Everybody's getting along, you know, it's just good to gather, and there's harmony amongst your relationships, whether that's family, friends that you're gathering with, or whatever it is that you're doing, okay? I also feel like this has to do with, you know, your relationships with your employer, your customers. It's that time of year when, you know, employers are kind of, they may be giving out Christmas bonuses, or maybe you have customers who bestow gifts on you. So there's a real harmony, like people that well-wishing, good-wishing that's going on, that creates harmony in our relationships. People doing nice things for other people, okay? I want to say in a larger way, what do I want to say in a larger way? It'll come to me, so I will come back to that. So the other card that's spilled out is Archangel Michael with this, remember who you are, all right? And he says, you are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God, and you are very loved. So I love when Michael comes through with this reminder message to all, that it's a reminder that we are spiritual beings in a human body having a human experience. And it's that time to remember our inner power that we all have. That, you know, when we see situations going on in our outer world, like, you know, that tsunami that just happened in Indonesia, and we see people suffering, we as individuals have the power to send out light, love, blessings to them. And, you know, so many more of us are coming to know just how powerful our thoughts and words are. And we can use that power to send out to people in other areas of the world who are in need. You know, we can use our powers of visualization to see, you know, help getting to them, you know, the channels of supply getting to them as, you know, as is needed. So, and you know, Michael just he just comes in, and I feel like he's surrounding us with this card as just a loving reminder. You know, that's the last sentence of the card says, you are very loved. So that's always a good reminder to have from the angels. Okay, so, and I was drawn to work with his cards today, so we'll pick a couple from there. Okay, Michael, what did you have a more specific message for us for our upcoming week? What's going on this week? Okay. All right. All right. So, one of the cards I got that came out from Michael was this one, New Beginnings and a Fresh Start. Okay, so it's like an energy that's about wiping the slate clean. It's a good time to start over, start fresh, start new. All right. So, it also sometimes can indicate that there's endings and beginnings going on when we just had a full moon. It's not uncommon at that time that there are things that come to an end, like we're coming to the end of our year and going into our new year. So people are thinking about the fresh start that you want to make for the new year. What do you want to bring into your new year? How do you want it to be different? And what worked in the year past. It is that time, but there's going to be many new beginnings as we get our year started. Okay, but now is the time when that slate is sort of being cleared. That you're clearing off the tabletop. Okay, and some of it may have to do with relationships that you have around you. Maybe there's new beginnings in those relationships. Maybe you just start fresh with somebody, if there's been issues there in the past. Okay, so that's part of the energies coming up this week. Let's see. Oops. There was a bunch that fell out, so I'm just going to kind of shuffle them and see which ones Michael wants to have us next. Okay, so we got this pay attention to your dreams one. So again, this has to do with looking into the new year and looking at the dreams that you have in your own heart for yourself. It's time to pay attention to those and start, kind of, giving them the soil, the fertile soil, watering them, germinating them. It's time to pay attention to some dreams that you've had tucked in your pocket for a while. Okay. It's also about paying attention to the dreams that are going on while you're asleep. All right. If you've been having vivid dreams, which is not uncommon around the time of the full moon, pay attention to what's going on in those dreams because there's messages coming to you. They might be symbolic. I often find that things that come to me in dreams that I remember that are very vivid are symbolic messages. It's not necessarily that what happens in the dream is an actual series of events that takes place detail for detail, but it's showing me some aspect of what's going on, or a symbolic representation of it. So definitely pay attention to that. I feel like for some of you what I get is that some of you are talking to your loved ones who have passed on. You're seeing them in your dreams, and that's a very real visit from a loved one. It's not uncommon for them to show up that way, especially if they know that, for a lot of people who aren't comfortable or just adjusting to that idea, they kind of want to believe that people move on or that your loved ones are still around, but it kind of is still a little scary, freaky to them. So for a loved one to show up in your world or make their presence known to you, if that would be a little bit too scary to you, they'll show up in your dreams. Okay, and oftentimes it's not unusual for them to look a lot younger in their dreams. So because once they cross over to the side, it's my understanding anyways, that they have the option of looking like they want to look because there is no body anymore to worry about. So they can appear to you how they want to appear. And they still retain a lot of their personality. So you might find that you have some of your loved ones paying visits to you in your dreams. Okay? Let's see. What was any other message, Michael? Okay. All right, let's see what else is going on here. So we've got this decide to be happy now. And it says, thank you, Michael, for helping me open my heart to happiness, joy, and bliss. I have to admit, out of all the cards in this deck, I don't really love the picture on this one. But the point is, he's got this kind of weird mopey face, and it's about how individually, happiness is an inside job, as they say. Even though you may or may not be in the best of circumstances, happiness comes from within, and so you can, at some level, always decide to be happy no matter what. okay? And it's, about looking forward into the new year. I feel like for some of you, it's deciding that going into the new year, it's going to be a happier, more joyful, joy-filled year for you, okay? That you're not going to let circumstances pull you down. Or other people pull you down, okay? You are making the conscious decision that going forward in your life, whatever the next phase or chapter of your life is in this coming year, that you're going to choose to be, happier experiences, choose to be around happier people, and go forward from that point. You're looking at what's making you happy as an individual, okay? And making your choices in your life from that point, okay? All right, so those messages. Let's take a couple of quick cards from the fairies, okay? The lighthearted fairies, and see what's going on maybe in the world at large, on the earth, or anything else the fairies like us to know. They're always about merriment, okay? So there's two that spilled out here. Oh, actually, there's three. I take that back. Okay, so the first one was problem resolved. And okay, so yeah, I mean, it has to do with, something that you thought was a problem or was going to be a problem isn't. It's resolved in a way that you maybe didn't expect, or maybe as you looked into it further, it wasn't as much of an issue as what you thought. So it's taken care of. That's what they're letting you know. The issue's taken care of. And it's right in that same spot as new beginning, fresh start. Okay? And it may have to do with also the relationship harmony. Maybe whatever the problem was in a relationship, or if you were having an issue, it's resolving itself. So that's always something good and nice to look forward to. Yeah, I get this weird sense that there may have been a travel difficulty, or a concern with travel, that there was an issue there. Um, who would go where, and um, something to that effect, or issues. I don't know. As I look at that, I just get that there may have been some kind of issue with traveling. Um, Maybe if you're flying or we're scheduled to fly out someplace. Anyways, the issue's getting resolved. It's going to work itself out. They also came out with flower power. It says, spend time with flowers and flower essences to increase your personal healing power. So, and I speak right now for those of you who, like myself, have been experiencing illness. It's about working with essential oils, okay, to help with the healing process, okay? It also feels like for some of you out there, you just may need to beautify your surroundings. Bring the outdoors in, add some fresh flowers. I know in the Northeast or in regions of the world where it's cold, we have our evergreens. That's why we have Christmas trees. It was the whole point of bringing something that was green year round inside. And it's that same concept. And the smell of the balsam firs, the Christmas trees, is it's so lovely. Not all of them have that scent, but I think it's the balsam firs that do. Anyways, it's about, having that freshness and that beauty around you, and working with that. So even if you're not in an area where you have Christmas tree stuff, creating that pleasant floral aromas around you, as a way of uplifting your spirit. It's, there's many that can be used for that. So, yeah, it increases your personal healing power, which is always a good thing to have. Okay. They also gave us breaking free for this week. So that could mean you're breaking free from some habits, breaking free of being in a rut. There's just a breaking free of something that you felt has been limiting or restricting you. Okay. Maybe you're breaking out of a pattern that you've had for a very long time. Okay. Or maybe I know a lot of people are really into tradition, but maybe this is the year you break free from that. And it's, for some people, maybe that's a good thing, because traditions are great, but sometimes when you're doing the same old all the time, it gets a little same old, and you're ready to break free and try something new. But, it's just sort of that I feel too that it's the end of the year, so people are looking to break free from things that they may have felt held them back, or it could be limiting beliefs. You're feeling that need to break free and have your new year be different, with that fresh start and that new beginning, etc. Okay. I mean, for some people, I mean, it could be the end of a relationship, or one that's been if it's been very negative in the past year, you're breaking free from it, because you remember part of the other message from Michael is that you're choosing to be happy. So that may mean you're breaking free from environments, from people that had a lot of negativity to them, or just not even, it doesn't even have to be negativity, but maybe they're just people who are very like Eeyores. They're kind of very down all the time. So, and you're wanting something more uplifted. Okay, so that's the fairies. Now, there's going to be one more card deck it's a new card deck that I got. It is Colette Baron Reid's Messages from Spirit. Postcards from Spirit. Okay, that's literally what it's called. Postcards from Spirit. And it's really cool. There's no images on them. It's just handwritten notes. This deck had been calling to me for a while, and so I was wanting to see. All right, so we're going to ask Spirit for a message. I mean, we've gotten many messages from Spirit today, but let's see. I want to see what this deck brings up for us, for all of you. What message do we need to hear, or do all of you need to hear from Spirit? All right, one has flipped out. So it says, "Dearest you, we are sending you waves of love and joy as we watch you reap the rewards of your tenacity and faith. We know how long it has taken for you to reach some of your goals, and that you've had disappointments along the way. Okay? Right now, we suggest you take a deep breath and fill yourself up with gratitude and tune in to the vibration of well-being. Temporary conditions may be trying to hypnotize you into seeing something else as your reality. But we know that happy rewards are on their way to you even now. Okay? Change is the only constant, so be open to it. Okay? You will achieve your dreams and more, we promise. But more important, your happy rewards will be gathered up in the small moments, the gentle breezes, the soft kisses, and the quiet commitments. Your happiest moments will be on the journey itself, not arriving at any destination." Okay? I like that, the way it says that. You will achieve your dreams and more, we promise. But more important, your happy rewards will be gathered up in the small moments, the gentle breezes, the soft kisses, and the quiet commitments. And it says, "You're surrounded by so much love and care. Can you feel us?" All right. So that is our message from Spirit. What a nice one to get. So thank you, my friends. And once again, I'm so sorry about last week, but it couldn't be helped. I really didn't have a voice. I hope you have a lovely holiday, and I will be back in touch with you soon, hopefully with some new things for the new year. So take care, everybody, and Merry Christmas if you celebrate.